from the Review Brothers, and today we are bringing you the Surface 2. Not the RT, not the Pro, just the standard 2. It's the one that comes with Windows loaded on it. But
$449?
yeah, $449 out of the box. It's so far for me, it's been really positive reviews. But I think before we even start this review, we need to explain kind of what category this falls in. We think it doesn't necessarily fall in tablet or PC or laptop. It's kind of in the middle there, yeah.
This thing, I mean, it's got the whole front touchscreen, no keyboard, so you think it falls in the tablet category. But then a lot of tablets have a nice ecosystem of third-party apps that you can really are more for entertainment and web browsing. This really lacks there in terms of depth. It has kind of the top-tier games and everything, but it really lacks there, and it's simply more based around a netbook kind of feel.
It runs Windows 8, so it's just like your desktop or your laptop.
Yeah.
It doesn't run like a mobile version like other tablets do or your smartphone might do, so it's not as based around special and optimized apps.
Yeah.
It does have the big hitters like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that, but it's not going to have a plethora of third-party apps, which it definitely lacks in. But at the same time, it runs like every website just like any desktop would.
Yeah, it basically has Flash to it, which a lot of iPad lacks. Android, you can get it, but there's a kind of way to go around that. We'll talk about that in our Samsung Note 10.1 video, but this comes with it installed, so no need for any...
Yeah, so for me, there isn't a huge store for games, but I can just go to addictinggames.com and get thousands of games right onto this.
With internet.
True, I guess you do need internet, so...
But first, before we kind of dive any more, I want to talk about the hardware of this thing. It's got two great features that I want to point out. One is that it has the clickable back.
Yes.
Last year's version only went back to there.
This way.
This one actually goes back, which is really nice on your lap to be able to play with. Sets at a nice angle and is pretty responsive. When you push it, it's not going to move very much. And the biggest thing for this that it has, what kind of beats every tablet out there, is the USB port on it. USB 2.0.
Sure. I mean, I hook a little wireless mouse into it, and it's like a full-fledged laptop.
Yeah.
It really is. And then also, too, I have a printer that's USB. I slap that in there and print stuff off. So, I mean, it's got a ton of uses that many tablets don't have.
Yeah. Before I forget, because I want to let you guys do this, I'll be right back. Keep talking, Chris.
All right. I think he's going to snag the charger. This is a pretty revolutionary charger. It's pretty sick.
Now, this thing is just magnetic. And literally just finds it, kind of like an iPad, like a Pro does, a MacBook Pro or something like that. Just finds it. You don't have to fiddle around with it. Does it go in both ways too?
I don't know. That's what she said.
No, it doesn't. Sorry, no back door there.
Okay.
It just clips in, and it's really nice. It's more convenient than having to kind of figure out which way the micro USB goes into it or your iPad charger.
Yeah.
So big positive there.
I guess more hardware. The camera's really solid. It's a 1080 HD front-facing camera if you like to Skype. I know you did a business Skype on it.
Yeah, I had an interview over it. The camera's good for the face recording is as best as you're probably going to get for a tablet-wise front-facing camera. If you're using it to take stills or anything like that, it's a tablet. It's not, you're not going to deliver great quality. Most of your phones are going to be better than it. It's not going to beat any digital camera or anything like that.
Save on here.
Not even close. But overall, it's made good for what it's used for, which would be a Skype conversation. It has good 1080p on the front.
Yes. And like we said, the operating system, it's Windows 8. So if you're a fan of Windows 8, this is a perfect companion for maybe a desktop or a more powerful laptop. It's not going to be you're not going to use this for big projects. It's going to be surfing the web, maybe playing games, typing up essays and stuff. College student, this is the ideal companion for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big fan of Windows 8, so I'm already biased there and I love it. My settings sync. I type up a paper and it saves right to my SkyDrive, which is just an online cloud, and I can edit it again on my desktop, re-edit it here if I want to just go lounge out on a couch somewhere. Mm-hmm. It's just perfect for stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. If you don't want a laptop to carry around and lug around, and you don't think a tablet will suffice for going to college or something like that, the combination of this with the touchpad keyboard, which I haven't talked about yet, which we have a review on, which will be linked at the end of this, but this combination right here is pretty awesome for $579 combined.
Yeah, the total price, we got $450, $120, $130, and it's really solid. One thing I do want to mention, it's a little misleading. This is a 32 gigabyte, but you only get about 13.5 gigs
of your storage,
because
it's Windows 8.1.
Yeah.
It's a big software.
Yeah.
and that's kind of the big downfall of the storage. But
What about the SkyDrive? You get for free. I think you get 10 gigabytes of storage on there. But
yeah.
either way, it really comes down to what you want and what you need. If you're just looking for a solid entertainment device as a tablet, don't get this. But if you're looking for productivity and a perfect companion for a more powerful PC or something, this is it. So for me, that kind of fits my preferences. It's a solid buy for me.
Yeah, and we've been having this debate for like a week now about my thoughts on it. For me, with this keyboard, it makes it a netbook, in my opinion, a touchscreen netbook, with actually better battery life than a netbook would ever have, which is a big positive. But I just think if you're in the market to get something like that, I don't know. I think that the best thing to do is probably do a lot of research on if there's a laptop that you can get or a netbook that you can get for under $580 that probably could have more power than this, and basically have almost all the same features besides a touchscreen. So for me, it's a no buy because I think there's a lot of other options you could go to get the same productivity out of it. But it's overall a good device. But for me personally, it's a no buy. Do the thing with the stamps.
Yeah, it's the newest and most expensive version, I guess you would say, of this.
So
yeah, really, this is our Surface 2
versus the Galaxy Note 10.1 2004.